Alright, so I've been putting this off for a while. So I've got this PS5 and it will not install an update. And I've had it for a while. And I bought it simply because it cost $120. And I was like, you know what? That seems like a pretty good deal. So maybe it'll be something simple, you know? But then when I got it and I tried to install the update, it doesn't install the update no matter what I do. No matter which thumb drive I use. I've tried to update it via the internet, update it via thumb drive. I've tried to reinstall the software. Nothing works. And so it's almost like it says that the file is corrupted. Matter of fact, we can switch over and it'll tell you that it can't start your PS5. You put the drive in. I've got the drive connected. When I do this, it will at some point tell me that the file is corrupted. And it doesn't matter whether you do this via the internet or whether you're doing it via USB, full install or just update. It'll tell you that the update is corrupted. Yeah, and it cycles through. It'll reboot and it will come back to you can't start your PS5. And it's just a big cycle. It's just a big cycle. So I don't really know what to do other than how do you cut it off? Let's it's still trying to do its thing. Okay, it's just going to keep doing that. So can I cut it off? No. So it's getting unplugged. All right, so yeah. So I did buy another PS5 that is banned, and it's fully functional other than it's banned, and it's a disc-less version. So you really can't use that thing for anything. Since it's banned from the PS network, and I verified that it was banned. So I guess I'm going to start taking this apart and see what we can see. All right, let's start removing screws. All right, so here's what I decided to do. I got it all out. I decided to take this USB cable that has RS-232 or a TTL 230, I don't know. It has the same thing I used to do the Syscon read on that PS3. It has that same thing built just within the USB end. And so basically, I connected it the way, so I downloaded this tool called the Console Service Tool. I know they made it for the PlayStation 4, but they do make it for the PlayStation 5. And so I went to UART reader, and then right here it says click to see images for reference. And if you have an EDM 031, see that image for reference. So when I clicked on that image, it told me where I needed to connect my transmit, my receive, and my ground. And on this cable, green is receive, white is transmit, and black is ground. And so I connected the green wire because it says transmit to receive. So this is transmitting, so I need to send it to the receive on the other end. And so anyhow, that's how I connected it. Let's close out of that. And then I'll go ahead, I have it set to device, detect device automatically, so I don't have to define the COM port. I suppose I could, but I don't have to. And I select run. And it detects the PlayStation, and it provides me every error that this thing has ever had. And so, as you can see, into February the 7th of 2021, it had no errors. And then the first error occurred 2 years later. And that error was the APU halt, no response, force power off via power button. And it looks like somebody, whoever owned it, attempted to do what I did, install the thing, and it kept giving you this error of the APU not responding all up through since I've been doing it. And that error code is 80C00140. And if we go over to, so if we go on gbatemp.net and we scroll through this list of known errors, we will come to the 80C00140, APU freeze, no response. And it says it's a GDDR6 data line problem and replace. So I'm assuming it means to replace whichever RAM is affecting the system. One or more RAM chips are in fact bad. So if we go back to the overhead and we ponder this, I don't know which one of these would be bad, but I do know that the shell was cracked. So that tells me that the console sustained damage. So if I were to reflow all of the RAM ICs, would that fix this issue? So that is, I think, the very first thing I'm going to do. I'm just going to put this on my preheater. I don't know if I can reflow the RAM just with it in the chassis. I saw Toltec do that, but I don't know how hot you can get these RAM chips and they're still good, you know. I don't know what I should do there. That would certainly be the easier of the two deals. But so yeah, I'm either going to do it in the chassis or I'm going to put it on the preheater. I think I'm just going to put it on the preheater. I think because I think that would be the easiest thing to do. So let me get the board out, and then we'll go from there. Okay, the board's out. I don't know if that little taping job of mine to protect the liquid metal. I didn't see any liquid metal that had been spilled out or anything like that. So one thing I definitely need to do is I need to remove this battery. Because when you don't want to put any type of, you don't want to put this battery on the preheater. Because what will happen, see, is that battery will explode. Now, I'm not saying that I did that. You know, I'm not saying I did that. But I'm pretty sure that's what's going to happen. You know, again, I'm not saying that I did that, but if you're not picking up what I'm putting down, I did do that. Scared me half to death when that battery exploded. My PTSD started kicking up. All right, so I guess let's get this on the preheater and see what we can make happen. Let's see how shaky I'm going to be today. What I need, problem is I shake, and you don't want to move the chip too far. So I need something to put here. I'm going to set it to 200 degrees. The problem is, yeah, we'll figure that out once it heats up. All right, we'll let the board cool down and put it back in the chassis and see what it does. All right, I think I got it put together enough to test. I hope anyhow. So I'm going to go ahead and plug it in. I'm going to go ahead and connect the HDMI. Let's hope that it still turns on and at least does what it was doing before. Oh, it did not. It did not. It turned off immediately. It turned off immediately. So either I killed the RAM or I bumped it too far. And now it's just a goner. So yeah, I'm a little discouraged, to be honest. Well, I'll be back when I have something useful to share. Alright, so when I run the test again, now I'm getting severe errors on banks 2, 4, 5, and 6. And I don't know specifically which one of these chips are 2, 4, 5, and 6, but yeah, I think I'm gonna have to figure out first of all which ones are 2, 4, 5, and 6. Pull those off and then I guess reball them maybe. So I guess that'll be the next step in this process. All right, so let's talk about where we're at with this thing right now. So as you can see, I've removed one of these RAM ICs, which I placed here. The issue I'm running into is the Syscon, or the not Syscon, but the console service tool is telling me that RAMs 2, 4, 5, and 6 are bad, and 1, 3, 7, and 8 are good, right? And I applied the same amount of heat to all of them, and I bumped them. So I wasn't quite sure about the numbering. So what I did was I pulled this RAM IC off because I thought that maybe this was 2. Because here, let me start over. Here's what I did. I pulled off this RAM IC, I reballed it, and I put it back on. No change. I pulled this RAM IC off, reballed it, and put it back on. No change. It's still saying that 2, 4, 5, and 6 are bad. So then I was confused about maybe I'm wrong on the numbering of these ICs. So then I took this one off. And so when I ran the tool, now it tells me 2, 4, 5, 6, and 7 are bad. So that kind of confirms in my brain that this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So it tells me that the numbering is going clockwise, with this chip being number 1 right here. So the issue is that either those RAM ICs were kind of bad, and then when I heated them up and bumped them, it killed them, or I bumped them too far, and reballing these things is a chore. I was reballing with 5mm or 0.5 millimeter solder balls, but I'm not sure if that's too big or not. I don't know. I mean, I got them on there so that they were straight, but in any event, yeah, I don't have any more RAM, man. I can't buy. This is Xton RAM. I don't know what Xton is, but that's the brand name of the RAM. So yeah, I don't. I think I'm done, man. I don't think I can do anything else until I get more PS5s that can't be fixed, and I can pull around. I have that one that's banned, but it's not the same type of RAM. I don't know if you can just willy-nilly swap RAM off. I don't know what the proper heat. I heard Toltec Merc say one time that he killed RAM with too much heat. So I don't know. There's so many things I don't know. I don't know how much heat is too much heat. I mean, I see people they take them off of the board just like as it's sitting in this chassis right here, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. And without me being able to do something and affect a change, I don't know whether I'm doing it correctly or if I'm just chasing my tail. I don't know. So I think for the time being, I'm going to have to call it quits on this PS5 until I can figure out how to get RAM safely off of a board. And that's another issue. Yeah, I have that other PS5 that's banned, but can I pull the RAM off safely? And if so, how do you pull it off safely? How do you do it without killing the RAM IC? Perhaps I can use 480 degrees and just take it right off of the board as it's sitting in here now. And it would be fine. I don't know. And that's what's killing me about this. Is I don't know. So, anyhow, I appreciate you watching. At least we know what's wrong with it. And in the future, I may be able to fix it. But until I fix it, and I'll probably do a revisit on this. I'm not going to discard it. And I'm going to try to fix it, but I just don't know what to do at this present moment. I've got some stencils on the way that'll make reballing less of a misery, because it's miserable to reball these RAM ICs. It takes like 30 minutes just to do the reball by hand or more. And then if you mess up the soldering and they ball up and combine, then you have to take, yeah, I just can't. I don't know how to desolder just a little small part of it because it's so small. So in any event, hopefully, at least we know this works, man. I'll leave a link for this cable in the description, and I'll leave a link for the Syscon tool. Just remember, when you're wiring up this this reader, transmit for the PlayStation is going to go to receive for the tool. So my green wires receive, my white wires transmit. So that's, normal communication, transmit to receive and receive to transmit. But yeah, anyhow, I appreciate you guys watching.